Right, so when we consider the adaptation in alveoli, first thing to be aware of, always talk about surface area. There's lots and lots of alveoli to start off with, right? Because there's lots of them. If you go and add up all of the surface area together, they've got a very large surface area. Right, second thing, physically being brought into the alveoli, you've got good ventilation provided by the lungs. That keeps the concentration of oxygen in the alveoli relatively high, because the concentration of oxygen within the alveoli must always be higher than it is in the blood. Each alveoli has got lots of capillaries going around, right? If you remember, capillaries are only one cell thick. Same time, your alveoli are one cell thick. So between your capillaries and your alveoli, it's got a very short diffusion distance, because it's only two cells between the inside of the alveoli and the bloodstream. To aid as well with oxygen diffusing from the alveoli into the blood, each alveoli has a moist inner surface, so the oxygen can go and diffuse into that layer of moisture before diffusing into the blood. The blood that's coming into the capillary from the body has got a relatively high concentration of carbon dioxide. It's got a high concentration of carbon dioxide because carbon dioxide has been produced in metabolism and has been produced in respiration. So because the concentration of carbon dioxide is high in the blood, it diffuses down a concentration gradient into the alveoli where it can be expelled, so it can be breathed out. At the same time, the concentration of oxygen in the blood is relatively low. Because the concentration of oxygen in the blood is relatively low, the oxygen will go and diffuse out from the alveoli into the blood. Right? Remember, keep talking about the fact that it's moving down a concentration gradient. Remember that because we're talking about diffusion, refer to the fact that it's a passive process. It does not require any energy. It's also worth talking about the fact that the hemoglobin in the red blood cells has a very high affinity for oxygen, which is where the oxygen is binding to. Because there's a really good blood flow, this oxygenated blood is taken away and it's replaced with deoxygenated blood that's coming from the body. That means that the concentration of oxygen within the blood and the alveoli will never reach equilibrium, so therefore diffusion will always continue to occur. And that